You see, this is not about your clothes. This is about people getting to see you, and everything that you put on after they know who you are is seen through that lens. If they thought I was sophisticated the first 5 times they saw me, guess what? On the 6th time when I decide to be casual, I'm still sophisticated. Oh wow, Caroline, I love your simple style. You're always so put together. Really? I've had this dress for 10 years. It has a hole in the back, but nobody can see it. Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here on Lily of the Field. I have added something to my background. I don't know if this just looks silly, but as I said in my Esther video, I'm not quite the most domesticated person. It's hard for me to know how to decorate, but I bought this a while ago and I haven't put it up, so I just decided to use it in this video. I'm wearing orange to match the orange, or maybe this is yellow, tangerine, and I have flowers, which is in line with Lily of the Field and the theme of flowers. Ta-da! I am so smart. I had a day today, so hopefully I don't look too disheveled. I did my best. Anyway, so today I wanted to look at beauty, feminine beauty, and some unpopular opinions I have. Perhaps not so unpopular, perhaps very unpopular, I don't know. We'll see when I finish with the video and you leave a comment. So, unpopular opinions about feminine beauty. My first unpopular opinion I shared in my rant about Christian dating a few videos ago. It is about skirts and dresses. Now, you don't have to wear skirts and dresses to be a feminine woman, but whether or not you like it, whether or not you want to accept it, skirts and dresses are probably the fastest and easiest way to get in touch with, get comfortable with, and project your femininity. When we as a Western society, and many societies really to be honest, see a skirt or a dress, we immediately think of a woman. And if perhaps we see a skirt or a dress and we realize that it is actually being worn by a man, it does jar us. It takes us a minute to reconcile the man with the dress or the skirt, which is a common piece associated with women. It's not that you have to wear skirts and dresses to be a feminine woman. It's not that feminine women only wear skirts and dresses. But if you're in a point in your journey where you're trying to get more in touch with your femininity and you are maybe trying to attract a different kind of man into your life who likes femininity, the quickest way to get there on both counts is to wear the skirt or the dress. You don't have to. I'm just saying that if you want your efforts to be expedient, find a dress, skirt that fits your body. There are plenty of different styles. You don't have to go for the bodycon dress. You don't have to go for the flared dress with a bunch of lace trimmings and puff sleeves. You can choose your style, but try it. Try and find some kind of silhouette. Makes you feel good. If we were in a different culture where women were not usually the ones wearing dresses, I probably would be telling you something different. But in a lot of our cultures, the dress is associated with femininity. It's associated with womanhood. Another thing that I'd like to address on this point is that there are some women that will hear me say this and immediately want to gag, throw a tantrum, they hate it, it makes them feel gross, I don't ever want to touch a dress, I hate dresses. I want to just call to your attention here A dress is just a bunch of fabric sewn together. It's no different from a suit or a pair of pants or, some socks. So what I would say to these women is, why are you so charged at this particular item? Why does that cause you to have such a charged response? The idea of you wearing something like that is revolting. And I just want you to ask, why? Now, if you had a very neutral opinion, I have nothing against dresses. I think they look great. It's just not something that appeals to me or my liking. But perhaps, I'll try it. Perhaps I'll find a dress that I do like on myself and I will wear it. And it's not a big deal for me either way. But, left to myself, I would just, put on my pants, my shorts, whatever it is. But I have nothing against dresses. I can put one on if I need to. That's a very, very different attitude than, how dare you tell me to wear a dress? I hate them. They're ugly. Oh my gosh, dresses. I just want you to ask yourself, why are you so against it? Because, and this is the real deeper reason why I think it is a good idea to ask yourself, why? Like I said earlier, the dress is such a very obvious representation of womanhood, of femininity. What is revolting you about this collaboration of fabrics? Why are you not revolted by a pair of pants, both of which might be made of the same material? Why does one cause you revolt? If you want to pursue femininity, but you cannot have a neutral or positive response to the idea of a dress or wearing a dress. There's something deeper there. There's something deeper there to be explored. And I think whatever is there that is causing this very strong repulsion to a skirt or a dress might be holding you back from progressing in your feminine journey. On to the next unpopular opinion. There is a way to be alluring without being sexy. And there is a way to maintain an image of purity and yet still be intriguing and enticing even. The male gaze. The male gaze is seen as something that is selfish and that is egregious, something that needs to be dodged and avoided. We don't really talk about the male gaze in a positive way. And so I kind of want to put a positive spin on it. I'm not saying that those negative things are not true at times, but there's one positive that I see about the male gaze. The fact that God has made man so easily aroused. I don't know how else to put it. There is a positive in the fact that men are so very easily aroused. What is that positive? You don't have to try that hard. You really don't need to reveal everything. You really don't need to show him every curve or all of your skin in order for him to find you enticing, alluring, attractive. It really doesn't take all of that. If you wear something that frames your face nicely, a color that complements your skin tone, if you happen to adorn yourself with tasteful jewelry, if you happen to put on your makeup in such a way that enhances your God-given features, this is all he needs. He really does not need to see your whole behind. He really does not need to see all of your cleavage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be this direct, but he doesn't need it. He really does. In fact, I would argue that a man will be more interested in what he cannot see from someone he clearly sees is attractive than all the things that he can see from a woman who might be equally as attractive, but she's revealed so much. What's left, as they say, to the imagination? He doesn't have time to wonder. He doesn't have time to want to get to know, want to win the heart of the woman that he thinks is so attractive. He's gotten everything, all the information he needs. When the skin's out, when the butt's out, when the cleavage is out. Now, it's a free world in the sense that we all have free will, right? Obviously, not all parts of the world are free. In the sense that we have free will, we can do with our bodies what we like, put on our bodies what we like, do as you wish. But this is just my unpopular opinion. Men don't need all that. They don't need it. He didn't pay for it. I don't know how else to put it. Like, he didn't pay for all that, and neither did he come into the store for that. He came in for some paper towels, and you literally threw him the kitchen sink, and he was like, okay. He paid paper towel prices for the whole kitchen. Okay, no. I'm not saying that I'm the most modest person on the planet. Sometimes I wear a short skirt. Sometimes I wear it off the shoulder. You can see my shoulder blade. I know some Christians are like, oh, shoulder blade? I get it. Okay, I get it. I'm not saying that you have to be Mrs. Perfect, super modest, unless God has spoken to you specifically to do just that. But men really don't need all that. They really don't. They really don't. And this brings me to my third point, or maybe point 2A, because it's kind of along the same lines. And that is that a man will be more attracted to a woman's entire essence than he will to how much skin she shows. What do I mean by that? There are men who are more interested in a woman who knows how to put herself together than they will be in a woman who knows showing more skin will get more attention. Because there is a type of intelligence that has to be honed, practiced, to put yourself together in an appealing fashion. It doesn't really say anything about your personality. It really doesn't say much about your sense of self-worth. It really doesn't say anything about your intelligence, your ability to present yourself well. It just says that you are aware that you get the most attention when you show more skin. A man, not a boy, will actually find it more appealing when a woman knows how to capture her essence in a visual way and present that to the world. You don't have to be a girly girl. You could be a sophisticated woman, super modest woman. You could be a girly girl. You could be a kind of businesswoman, whatever it is, right? But you're able to capture your essence and put that in a visual fashion so that the world knows who you are to some extent just by looking at you. And you will get compliments from men that you didn't even expect. You didn't expect those kinds of compliments from men. There's been many times that I've had guys say, you're a very fashionable person, aren't you? You really know how to put yourself together. You're very classy. I love your classy style. These are things that I expected from women. Obviously, women would know, right? Women would notice, right? If something goes with something. If I paired these earrings with these shoes, they would notice, right? And for whatever reason, our culture paints men as being completely clueless. So I never expected a man to notice that, I took time into putting my outfits together, but they notice. The men who value that skill will notice. Even the men who usually don't value that skill will notice. They may not be able to verbalize it, but they notice. So my question, I guess, for this point really is, what are you being noticed for? What kind of men are you attracting? This goes for online dating as well. Look at your photos. If 3 of them are club outfits, nothing against the club outfit. Again, everyone can do as they wish. God gave us all free will. But if you have 3 photos out of the 5 and you're in a club outfit because you think, well, this will really get the men's attention, what kind of men? Because what kind of message are you sending? Are you saying, hey, I'm a future wife and mother? Are you saying, hey, I'm a long-term partner? I'm somebody who is going to be faithful and loyal, which is something that is very important to a lot of men? Or are you saying maybe something else? I know that may not be you, but people, especially men, operate on some level of attractive bias, which means that they judge you based on what they see first. And then everything that comes after that, they see through that lens. through the lens of their first impression. That is really what I'm getting at. And that brings me to my next point, my fourth point. Don't dress for everyone, but think like a casting director and dress for the life you want. I'm an actress, maybe none of you know that, but I am in Los Angeles, I'm an actress, and one thing that I had to get used to was the fact that I saw myself as being able to play any role as an actress. I just felt so talented I could play any role. Why wouldn't they cast me in whatever role? I mean, why wasn't I going out to auditions for the lawyer or for the doctor or what have you? I just didn't understand. I can play every role. But then you look at my headshots and all of them look like I'm 15 and in high school. And so those were the roles that I was offered. My material was telling you, I can play a 15-year-old. I can play a high schooler. My material did not say, I can play a lawyer. I can play a doctor. So I never got those roles. Now, in a similar fashion, the way that you present yourself, from your hair to your makeup to your jewelry to your clothing, whatever it is that you do to present yourself to the world, that is your material. That is your headshot. That is your resume. That is all that you have to go on for a first impression to multiple people throughout your day. It is based on this material that people will cast you, including men. People will cast you based on what you look like, not based on what you want. I'll say that again for those in the back. People are going to cast you based on what you present, not based on what you desire. So how do we fix this problem? Maybe I desire more respect. Maybe I desire more joy in my life. Maybe I desire serious people in my life, serious men who want a future and a family. Maybe I want these certain things in my life. Okay, what do I need to do so that they get that impression, the impression of my desires when they see me? And that is the lens by which they approach me. We have to change our headshot. We have to change our material. And this is something that I had to learn. I had to dress the part. Just like they tell you when you go for a job interview, you dress for the role you want. You dress for the job or the position that you want, not the one you have. Not, this is what I've always done. This is how I've always been. This is what I always wear. That's nice. That's great. But if you want to get from where you are to where you want to be, start dressing, start looking like the person you want to be. And all of those people that will help you get there, because it's people who get you there. It's the relationships that you have in your life that get you where you want to be. They will come around you. Why? Because they recognize you. They recognize that you look like where they want to be as well. So guess what? They end up pushing you where they think you should be. Look, when I started dressing well every day, when I started challenging myself not to leave the house looking anyhow, when I started to choose the right colors and the right fit for my body, do you know people started promoting me to leadership positions? Places I was not qualified for, places that I was the youngest and the least experienced, and people would just say, hey, Caroline could do it. She looks the part. Just because I look the part, I don't have any contacts, I don't have any experience, I'm the youngest, I'm the most minority. And people would say, yeah, Caroline can step into that leadership position. She's on time, she looks the part, she has a positive attitude. Of course, it's more than just your looks, but today is just about beauty. And I do believe attractiveness bias is a thing, and you do not have to be a standard of beauty in order to attain that bias. You really don't. People just need to look at you and say, that person knows how to put themselves together. That person's life is together. Do you know I've had people tell me in the most vulnerable times in my life, because I know how to put myself together, people would tell me, you look like a girl who's got her life together. I did not. And yet, because that's how they saw me, that's how they treated me. So dress for the life you want, not the one you have, not the one you've always had. I know people say fake it till you make it, but there's actually a scripture that reminds me that this is actually a biblical ideology. And what is that scripture? It says that when you fast, wash your face. What essentially is the Bible telling us there? It's telling you, do not wear your suffering on your appearance. Do not wear your suffering on your appearance. Wash your face. You have a Father who takes care of you. Stop acting like you're an orphan. You have a Father who loves you. You have a Savior who died for you. Dress like it. Look like it. Could you imagine looking like you're suffering, tattered and broken, and then somebody comes across your line of vision and you're being tugged upon to share the gospel and you look a mess? How effective do you think you'll be? Wash your face. Yeah, there are times where I'm a bit nicer and a bit softer spoken, but today it's hot and I don't have time. Okay, I'm sorry. Wash your face. Don't dress for the life you have. Dress for the life you want. Think like a casting director. Who would I hire for this position? Who would I hire for this role? The role of powerful woman, the role of virtuous woman, the role of wonderful mother, the role of beautiful wife. What does this woman look like? And then piece by piece, you put together your appearance to the point that people can't see you any other way. The days that you get lazy, people can't even see that you're being lazy that day. Yeah, that's right. Attractiveness bias is the gift that keeps on giving. When you make a first impression on someone, a second, a third, a fifth, a fourth, that is great. That is good. That is amazing. It gets burned into the memory of people so that the days that maybe you just put on a shirt dress that what didn't take too much time and some low kitten heels or some flats or something, people still see you as super put together. Why? Because that was the impression you gave them the first time. And suddenly your casual outfit looks sophisticated to them because you are sophisticated. You see, this is not about your clothes. This is about people getting to see you, and everything that you put on after they know who you are is seen through that lens. If they thought I was sophisticated the first 5 times they saw me, guess what? On the 6th time when I decide to be casual, I'm still sophisticated. Oh wow, Caroline, I love your simple style. You're always so put together. Really? I've had this dress for 10 years. It has a hole in the back, but nobody can see it. But people will only see you through the lens that you presented to them the first few times. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Watch my video on Esther and the power of beauty. This was a profound lesson that God taught me about appearances and why it's so important. And I hope that I'm able to convey the importance of taking your appearance seriously. So let's get to my last point because this video is already way too long, but hey, you know. My last point, point number 5. You have to enjoy how you look. You have to enjoy it. You. Yes, I know I've been talking a lot about other people, men, people in your life, mentors, whatever it is, but you have to enjoy it. Your enjoyment, your delight in yourself is a part of your appearance. In fact, it may be the thing that radiates the most beyond your earrings, your outfit, your hair, and your makeup. Your self-delight. Your delight in yourself, your delight in the fact that God has made you so uniquely. There's no one else other than you. Wow. How amazing God is to have made me. I mean, look at the way David talked about himself in Psalms. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That is a man who delights in himself. He knows that, wow, God did a good job. It doesn't matter what you look like, just the fact that God touched you, he put you together. That enjoyment in yourself has everything to do with your appearance. People can see that, even if you're wearing a potato sack, even if you're wearing rags. People can see the joy, the delight in your soul, the contentment, the security that is deep within you. They can see that. And likewise, you could be wearing the most beautiful clothes, the most expensive jewelry, the most head-whipping cologne or perfume. You could have the most healthy, shiny, bouncy hair and the most flawless makeup. But people can see when you don't like yourself. People can see when you don't like your life, when you don't enjoy who you are. People can see when there are cracks just beneath the surface. Don't think you can hide that with makeup, because you can't. We can all see it. We may not, like I said with men earlier, be able to articulate that, able to voice it, but we clock it. We clock when somebody's appearance doesn't match up with their internal world. We can sense it, and it makes us not trust the person. It makes that person seem fake, because it is fake. You spent time investing in something you don't like. Something ain't right. Something's not adding up here. Why can't you be present? Because your mind is racing about all your insecurities? Delighting in yourself shows. It is a part of your appearance. One tip I'll give you, and maybe I'll do another video about how to delight in yourself. But one tip I will give you as far as appearance is concerned, don't copy. Don't copy the beauty of others. I'm not saying don't be inspired. I definitely am inspired by so many beauties, both present and the past. That is not a problem. But when you say to yourself, I'm not beautiful unless I look like blank, you're already headed down a depressing path. Rather, I'd like to change that statement to, what is it that makes me feel beautiful? What is it that makes me feel beautiful? What are the things that I see on another woman and I say, wow, that's just beautiful? Not, oh, that's what everyone likes, or oh, that's what's popular, or look at how the guys talk about that girl. Nope. What is the thing that causes you delight? What is the thing that causes you joy? I put on this shirt today and I instantly was happy. For whatever reason, yellow, orange, it's a happy color. It causes me delight. And it looks good against my skin. So then I get to say, wow, look how well my skin goes with this color. And I start to delight not only in the shirt, but in me, in the way that God designed me. Is there a color that inspires you that way? Are there jewelry pieces that you wear that you just feel so regal, that you just feel so lovely? Is there a way that you like to style your hair? The type of silhouettes you love to wear, that people compliment you in a really genuine way that warms your heart? What are the things that cause you to delight in the way God made you? This is one way, at least from the outside, to affect your inner delight, your delight in yourself. And that is what I hope for all of us. Delight in ourselves internally and share that delight with the world externally. I hope that something I said today was inspiring, a blessing. Hopefully I wasn't too harsh. And if you enjoyed this video, please like it, comment down below, subscribe, and share. So thank you so much for joining me here on my channel, Lily of the Field, and until next time, have a blessed day. Bye.